5, the state of Ohio says the air is cleaner, celebrating prevention of a problem that impacts all of us, especially our family members with asthma and other breathing issues. Our Aria Janelle breaks down what this means and some of the changes you may have already noticed.
When we talk about clean air, it's a slow process. It's a long process. But what we celebrate today and what we acknowledge today is one more milestone.
Governor Mike DeWine, Senator Bernie Moreno, and other officials stood over Lake Erie celebrating 8 years of hard work, 8 years of trying to get all the counties in Ohio up to code with the Clean Air Act. And they want the U.S. EPA to sign off, saying they've done just that. Their latest proposal includes Cuyahoga, Geauga, Lake, Lorraine, Medina, Portage, and Summit counties.
What that means for, of course, families in Ohio is that their children are healthier. What it means for businesses in Ohio is that they're more competitive.
Let me break this down for you. For years, Northeast Ohio was not meeting the air quality ozone standards. Grace, with the Northeast Ohio Area-Wide Coordinating Agency, says this has been a problem for decades.
In the 1960s and 70s, communities like Cleveland experienced frequent smog alerts, visible haze, and significant industrial and vehicle emissions. Do you remember those days? Air pollution, yeah, I do too. Air pollution was not just an environmental issue. It was a daily reality that impacted public health and quality of life.
Officials with the Ohio EPA say the standard is often changing, but finally they're meeting the requirements in Northeast Ohio. They tell me they have been for the last 3 years, and they've made policy changes to make sure it stays that way.
Better technology for controlling emissions that come from EGUs, which are things like power plants, as well as other manufacturing facilities.
You also may have noticed changes in car emissions or your favorite hair care products like hairspray. New rules in place for industries to help keep the air and ozone up to code.
Making certain we're taking care of the environment while at the same time making certain that our businesses aren't hamstrung with regulations that don't make sense.
Before anything is made official, there's a 30-day period where you can leave a comment or your thoughts about air quality in this area. I'll make sure that you guys have a link to that form on cleveland19.com. Here in Cleveland, I'm Aria Janelle, 19 News.